thousands upon thousands. Imagine the sky being filled with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of angelic beings with the Lord. It is a sight that boggles the mind. The Lord is coming to judge everyone and to convict them of all the ungodly acts they have committed in their ungodliness, and of all the defiant words ungodly sinners have spoken against him. So 2 events will occur when Christ returns. Only 2. There will be no in between. There will be no middle ground. Only 2 events will occur. Those who have followed Jesus, who have obeyed Jesus, who have trusted Jesus, who have put their faith in Jesus, and who have persevered to the end, will receive their eternal reward. They will receive a crown of righteousness. And they will be with the Lord for all eternity. That's a fact. Those who have trusted in Jesus and persevered to the end, who have not allowed themselves, like Enoch, to be corrupted by the corruption of their generation, will receive their eternal reward, their crown of righteousness, and they will be with the Lord for all eternity. Every man, every woman, and every child. On the other hand, those who have rejected God's plan of salvation, those who have not taken seriously the things of God, those who have not taken seriously the salvation of their souls, those who have not taken seriously the words and warning of God in his word, will be sent to eternal and everlasting torment and punishment. These are not my words. These are not my words. These are the words of Scripture. Matthew 25 tells us exactly that. Matthew 25 tells us exactly that. It says, when the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all, what? The angels with him. You see that again. So Christ is going to come with thousands upon thousands of angelic beings. Every eye will see it. When the Son of Man comes in all his glory, and all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. Verse 32. All the nations will be gathered before him. All the nations, means every single human being. No one can escape that day. All the nations, every nation on earth, and every human being in every nation on earth will be gathered before him. And what? He will separate the people. Christ will separate the people, one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. So there will be all the entire planet, every man, every woman, and every child will stand before the throne of Jesus, and he will separate them. There will be a separation. He will put the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. Verse 34. Then the king, that is Jesus, will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father. Take what? Your inheritance, your eternal reward. Take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." Verse 37. Then the righteous, the sheep, those on the right, then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you?" Verse 40. The king will reply, that is Jesus will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." whatever we do for other people out of love for Jesus, we are doing for Jesus. And the Lord takes notice. Whatever we do or we don't do for other people, the Lord takes notice. Then verse 41. We see here in what we just read in the passage that the sheep, that the righteous are taken to the right. They are giving their eternal inheritance. Christ says, what? Come to me, you who are blessed. So go to verse 41. He now addresses what? The goats, those on the left. Then he will say to those on the left, depart from me. So to his children, he says what? Come to me. To the goats, those who have rejected Christ, who have played games with God, he says, depart from me, you who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. Two things will happen on that day. Those who have followed Christ truly and fully will be blessed and get their reward. And those who have rejected Christ or played games with God or don't take seriously the things of God will be cursed. He goes on to say, for I was hungry and you gave me nothing.